Hello everybody, my name's Miriam Divine and welcome to another one of my readings. This is another one with Aphrodite, Inanna, Ishtar, Venus, Mary, depending on which energy you relate it to. I always refer to Inanna, so if you hear me say Inanna or one of the other names, you know kind of where I'm at. She already said this is going to be a longer one. I was thinking, I'm going to make it a short. And she said, no, take your time. This will be a longer video. So, Inanna, she's saying this is not the vibe card. She's saying, go ahead. I blew my candles out. Did you see that? Okay. She's saying it will be from here, card or cards. I almost hear cards. Interesting. The death card, of course. This rebirth. Cutting your own head off was almost instantly, when this card came out. Interesting. You're going to, this is a self rebirth, a self death card. Give us a little bit more on this. She says now I can draw the other card from this side. So this is caused by you. This is not an outside entity or outside whatever rebirth. I mean, they may be watching, because Inanna is definitely watching you, but okay. Interesting. We just got this one yesterday, Keeper of the Silence, which is this don't tell anybody your plans, but the card underneath is the one, I mean, you need to do that in your rebirth, but this is the card that is the most important here, even though the silence card is important. But the Weaver of the Red Tent, and I don't think I've ever drawn that card, so I have to read the book. And that was interesting. I opened the book in less than a half a second. It came right open to this page. Number 36, 9, 3, whatever. There's a lot of threes here, so this is very important. And so I don't go blind, I'm going to put on my spectacles. Okay. Long ago, the Red Tent was a place women gathered together to tell their stories, weave their futures, and shed their past. Most definitely. Along with their... let's shed their past, along with their menstrual blood. Loosing the red tent and the village life associated with it has resulted in the even with my glasses, losing the red tent and the village life associated with it has resulted in a loss of healthy interdependence. We've forgotten how much we need each other and how precious unstructured time can be. We continually feel the pressure to perform, produce, fix, create, heal, help, without ever acknowledging our own needs. That sounds very, almost like a patriarchal masculine list there. Even though things like healing and that kind of stuff, but they're all action-based. They're very just let it come. Let's just enjoy. So, yes, I can see that. We have been raised to think of a need as a bad word, a condition that makes us weak or inferior. But ultra interdependence is a trauma response. When we deny our need, eschewing the very thing that makes us human and interconnected, we forfeit our belonging and eject ourselves from the circle of life, the cyclical process of giving and receiving, which results in growing. So then they got a little task here about making yourself vulnerable and stuff. I won't go into the little piece there unless you say something in the comments, and then I'll come back and do a quick reading for you on that. So this red tent is all about community, and it's not about any community, right? It's about this, and this is very reddish too. I mean, this whole deck's kind of red. If you look at it, it's the whole thing's, but I'm not surprised. But there's a community of just, I don't know what I want to say, almost like friends or just being there. And of course my phone is ringing. It's my friend. I'll have to call her back later. But yeah, there's this community. In fact, there's part of my community calling me on the phone. They're like calling you. They're asking you to come. And the community itself is not widely known. It's kind of a silent little community. It's kind of something you don't talk about a lot. But it's there. And with inside of that community, you're going to be able to recreate yourself and start again, if that makes sense. So let's see if we can get a little bit more information on this community, where you find it. And yes, this kind of community, give me some more information on this community. That is this community, and it's almost exclusively women or people who identify as women, if that makes sense. Or there could be some very effeminate men who are very in that receiving mode. But it's also, it's empowering too, because it's going to give you that ability to be you, to step outside of yourself. And it may not happen in the community, but the community will give you the strength and the healing necessary to do it. So give us, is it this one? A little bit more information about the community. Another one. She says 2 more. Boy, this community is definitely elusive. It's harder to find, especially in today's day. Like they said, the red tent has gone away. This inner community has kind of left. I hate to say it, your mobile device, your social media, even here on YouTube, it's kind of detracted from, community. Now you can take what we got. If you want to message me below, please do so. And I hear, flip it over. And okay. We got, it's the 2 cards, the one on the front, which is the 4 swords in reverse, and we have the butt card, or the 8 of cups, coming out. So, I've had this card, and I've seen this before, and it's almost like a climbing out card, but there's more to it than that. Really, this community is gonna, see the swords? They're kind of all like aiming, they're gonna kind of poke you in the ass. Really, in all honesty, they're going to get you moving. They're going to get you out of that comfort zone, and it's not just, it's an emotional one, right? Because there's all these cups surrounding you, all these emotions. That's part of the community. Each one of these are like, and it's a wild community. It's not just, we're all gonna sit here, like in a stoic monkey kind of thing, like that's what the guys go do. No, this is an emotional talking, people all around you. Everyone's got their own emotions and feel, but nobody's like, there to hurt anybody. They're there to, get your butt in gear. And the last one is the moon. Yes, reveal yourself. Come out of hiding, wherever that is. And inside the community, yes, but it happens in there stays in there, kind of thing. It's like a secret circle, kind of inside the red tent. Do we need anything else? I see my warning light on my computer. Disk storage almost full, which means I have to clean up some stuff. But yes, I see there's going to be some type of obstacle that's going to get in your way, and I'm not quite sure what it is. Let's see what we got here. The obstacle. Hopefully my camera's still recording here. Yes, okay. I know my disc drawer just fell. Okay, there's our obstacle. It like flew right out. Right? And there's 2 cards here, interesting. And this is a little bit more risque other than just a bottom here. Let's go put a little spider down here on the 4 of Cups. And the Devil card, right? Coming up in reverse. Something or someone is going to tell you, that's craziness. Don't do that. Don't find a group of people. Stay with me only. I am your balance. I am the one. I am your community. You know, you don't need that. You don't need this. What they're going to tell you. And it might be you on the inside speaking to yourself, or it could be somebody outside. It almost gets like an outside, maybe like a spouse or a best friend or somebody who's going to be just opposed to you finding this thing and finding that tribe or whatever. However, you need to not listen, right? And you may not even want to say anything to them, because you know, we're all kind of fairly intuitive. We know that if this is an outside person, we know what they're going to say, right? We know that they're going to tell us this, so you may not want to talk about it. You might want to keep... Okay, like I thought, my disc ran out of space, and I had to do a little bit of deleting. We were talking about, you know, being quiet with the community and this obstacle. But there's another critical piece of information. You know, we can see what the community here is going to do for us, but what is it going to do? And I almost hear Inanna keep saying, look, there's a lot of readings out there. A lot of them talk about what it is this changes, this glow up or whatever, this, you know, rebirth that you're about to do. You know, this is all about finding the community. The rebirth itself is like slightly different. She kind of says, okay, go ahead. You know, let's put this, where's the community card? Let's put this one right on top. This is the community, right? This is the obstacle. We're going to stick this obstacle way over here because we take care of that. We know what we're doing, right? But this rebirth, this cycle, that the community that will help us get there, what is this? What, you know, and I hear there's many options. And you can watch, if you want to, you can go ahead and, you know, pause the video and not watch to the end and go watch other rebirths. Or you already know this, what this glow up is, or you think you do. But she says, lay out 3 different options, maybe 4, of what this rebirth is going to look like. Is this one of them? I don't know what that is. She's saying like yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. She says not really one of the options. Okay, there's one of the options. And we'll get into these a little bit deeper here in a second. Hold on. Here's the next option, which has got quite a bit to it. So I suggest, you know, I guess I should have said this first. Go ahead and pick. Okay. Yes, okay. She says go ahead and just set these down out of the way here for a minute. Okay, so this is kind of like a 4th hidden option, which is just for a very rare few of you. So pick a number, I don't know, between 1 and 4 right now. And or if you see one of these cards that's really dry, it's probably even better yet. It's almost like a pick a card, right? If one of these stacks draws you in, that is what your rebirth is going to be. And I'm trying not to really look at the cards, but let's go ahead and start. So you could either do 1 through 4, or you could roll dice if you really get excitable, you know. And this is kind of like a hidden option up here on the side. I'm not quite sure what that is. It's something completely separate, different, because you might have all 3 of the options, or 4. So we have the 7 of Wands coming up in reverse. And this is like, you know, you were an overachiever. You really tried to do a lot of stuff. you're excessively busy. You know, you're like me, you work an 80-hour work week job, plus you're building a bed and breakfast, plus you have, you know, an online YouTube channel. You have so many things in your field, you know, you're way overloaded. And this is, you're going to rebirth into this new era of receiving, slow down, of it's okay to go on a vacation. It's okay to not work so hard and to be just in yourself, into your own lazy mood where you're sleeping, right? It's okay for that. And you're going to realize that. And that's something the community can help you rebirth into. In fact, let's put this so we can actually see it. So, and then we have the second community, which is definitely coming out of your shell with the reversed hangman, right? You're opening up. Maybe you're really shy. You're really quiet. You're kind of scared of this kind of thing, right? Because we don't get out that much anymore. This will help you break free of those molds, right? And with the Witch of Swords, definitely it's going to open up your ability to communicate. So this is like the shy group. This is going to help you, you know, talk better, be more vocal, work that YouTube channel where you are exposed. And the Ace of Swords, I mean, this is like, yes, you can do it. You can start this thing. If you've ever dreamed about having a speaking career or a social media icon or something, this community is going to help you do that. Let's kind of hide that one up. Had a little booby hanging on there. You know, I'm not monetized, but you never know. YouTube might still do something crazy. I don't know. But, and the last one is this, it's almost like a spiritual community with the Four of Wands. Like, there's this up in the clouds, almost like spiritual woo-woo group. You know, I know people don't like that term, spiritual woo-woo, but it's okay to be a little bit spiritual. It's okay to not be completely rooted down here in the earth and all this, you know, mess that's going on down here. It's okay to, you know, almost light on fire a little bit and have your flowers jump up and reach. See, the little hands are all reaching for the clouds. There's these flowers trying to escape. The community will help you have this sense of beautiful spiritual growth that is much needed in your life. I know I've been recently seeing a lot, here's the full moon, of Inanna returning as a spiritual entity more than what she was. And I keep, you know, ever since that weird asteroid flew through the system, and actually before that, I got this thing that she's coming on a spaceship. I know it sounds stupidly like a giant cloud city. And a lot of times when I do my meditative journeys, I see her in her cloud city, and that's where I interact with her and her weird spiritual community. So I know I'm a little bit weird, but hey, it's fine. Okay, and the last card, and this is kind of like a secret, like the whisper card, wherever that whisper card went. This is like a secret between all of us. So you can glow up and you can shine in your relaxation. You can shine in your talking and speaking. You can shine in your spiritualness. This one, save as a like shadow or spiritual understanding, deep. And I think we almost all have a little bit of these. So even if you picked just one, I think we all kind of fit a little bit. At least I know I do. And the spiritual hidden one is the Wheel of Fortune. The one we don't want to talk about is this major glow up into abundance. You know, this is kind of like our hidden journey, that there's all this stuff here, but there is a massive abundance coming for you, and you don't need to talk about it. And it almost feels like it's hidden from you too. And it's okay. You're going to have an abundance of not just, you know, physical, or not physical, but this emotional strength of the lion. But there is spiritual stuff. There are messages coming in. There is this almost like wealth down here with the bull. This wheel is like in all of the, if you're watching this, it's in our fields because we're connecting. in this reading, by the way. If you weren't connecting, you wouldn't be watching this. And by the way, out of the, maybe few people who watch this, this is a very specific message just for us, by the way. So, yeah. And this has got to be hidden behind that whisper card, wherever that little whisper card went. She's hiding down in here somewhere. Here you go. That is our secret glow up that we're going to get. So do we need anything else, Aphrodite, Inanna? She says, I need to do a meditation, shamanic journey, spiritual journey to show her cloud city. I do shamanic journeys. I've taught a few in my day, and she's like, do one where you take them to my city for those who want to follow. It's a tall order, Inanna. She says she knows it is. She says it's a big order. She says do it anyway. It's part of your glow up. Okay. Any other messages we need? Any last minute things, Inanna? No, she says no, just the city. Okay, I will look for it. I'm not sure when I'm going to get to it, but I will do a shamanic journey video of going to Inanna's spaceship, cloud city, whatever you want to call it. If you really, want to do those things, I do shamanic journeys. I love you all very much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.